Good morning. This is Wednesday morning, and I'm going to do a little pop-up stretch class. So I hope you enjoy it. This is a great little workout to do if you've had a big run or a big walk or cycling. Now that the weather's getting colder, maybe you're spending more time doing those activities. So I thought you might enjoy this. And I also am doing it for my sister who said, why don't you do a stretch class? So big stretch with the arms. We're just going to take a few breaths here. We're going to spend a lot of the time on the floor. So if you haven't already done so, go grab a nice towel because we're going to use that to stretch. Bring the feet together so the heels and toes are touching and start to really bring some muscle to the party here. Keep moving the arms nice and slowly. Find your breath. Breathing requires great music because you have to have a lot of patience. So go turn on your favorite playlist. Keep the arms parallel to the floor and try to reach them to touch both sides of your room and just hold. Yeah, you got to have patience and you have to have good music. And then of course, breathing. To help release muscles, it's amazing what you can do when you exhale out a big, huge breath. So be mindful of that today. I might forget to tell you. Okay, one more time. Hold. Really reach, reach, reach. Now pull the hands towards the back of the room a little bit if you can. You're driving the shoulders down, keeping your neck nice and long, pulling in the stomach. And relax. Heels and toes are still touching. When you start to move the upper body, it kind of makes you have to squeeze your butt and your tummy to hold the balance, right? So we're going to start. I like to start stretch classes with a child's pose. So we're going to head down to the floor in a sec. And we're going to meet in your favorite version of a child's pose, whatever that is. Maybe your knees are wide, maybe they're not. But let's get onto the tops of the feet. So maybe you've got some room here to get your forehead all the way down on the mat. And we're going to take some huge, big breaths. So big, big, big breath, as big as you can. And then as you exhale out, just sort of sink into that low back. Now come up onto all fours, tuck your toes under, bring your knees in if you have them out, and we'll do some cat-cows here. So I like to round the back and then hold it as I pull in the stomach. Try not to lock out through the elbows. Okay, now let the chest come forward. Look off the front of your mat and create a little arch. We're going to run through this 2 more times. So round, drop your face so you're just looking down at your knees. Really try to open up the back, your shoulder blades. Okay, big arch in the back, look off the front. This is where you really, in this position, you really have to work to pull in the stomach because it definitely wants to hang. Should almost feel like you're doing a crunch, pulling it in. Okay, round last time, really open up those shoulder blades. Okay, feet are flat. I'm going to open my knees a little wider. We're going back to that nice child's pose. We're going to hang out there for 6 big, huge breaths. Should take you a minute at least. Okay, back up onto all fours. Didn't that feel great?
Okay, bring the knees together if you had them wide. Toes are tucked under. Now we're going to pull the hips back over the heels. Walk your hands forward. Your forehead now is going to stay between the arms, so it's not down on the earth. Just relax here. Maybe you create a little tug of war, pulling the hands towards the knees. You're releasing through the lats, so your armpits are driving down towards the floor and your arms are straight. So just breathe. Okay, you're going to come back up onto all fours. Round your back. Open up between the shoulder blades. Pull your hips back over the heels. Walk your hands out. Round two here. You might be getting the armpits a little closer to the floor second time around. So if you're nursing an injury, it's always good to try to hold a stretch for at least 30 seconds. If you're just doing regular stretching to limber up, maybe around 20. Okay, back on all fours. Round your back, pressing away from the floor. Okay, let the hips go back over the heels. Walk your hands out. Last time. So from here, we're going to stay in the same position with our hips. You're just going to inch your hands off to the right till you feel the left side body stretch. So you haven't moved your hips. Forearms are off the floor. You just take little baby steps with the hands so they're moving to the right side. We're actually stretching out our quadratus lumborum muscle on that left side. Deep, deep, deep muscle, often a cause of lower back issues. So this is a stretch I like to do quite regularly. Okay, bring those hands back center. Now you're just going to inch them to the left side. You go till you feel that pull right around the waistband of your pants on the right side. Don't forget to breathe. It's interesting how if you took a mental note of how your body felt before you started the class and then compare it to how you feel after the class, you're going to feel like you just had a nice massage. How awesome is that? Okay, bring those hands back. Come on back up onto all fours again. Round your back. Your pelvis tucks under. You're just looking at your knees. Okay, you're going to come onto the tops of your feet and you're just going to have a seat on your heels. Hello. We're going to stretch out the upper body a little bit here before we start lying down. So tricep extension, pulling the elbow back. You'll notice I've got it quite close to my head, feeling a nice little pull right here in the front. That, of course, is from yesterday's class. That was a pretty hard class yesterday. I definitely felt it this morning when I got up, which I love. I'm addicted to that feeling. I feel like, oh my goodness, I really accomplished something. Okay, take it down, shake it out. Let's do the same with the other one. So I'm driving my shoulder down and I'm pulling the elbow back, but not aggressively, like just taking it to a spot where it feels good. And I'm trying to be mindful that I'm not pulling my head forward. So you want to keep your neck nice and long. So a few more breaths. Okay, take it down, shake it out. I'm going to come off my feet because that's getting a little sore for me. You can stay down there if you want.
We're going to cross at the elbows and we're going to connect our palms. So I've got my elbows right at the height of the shoulder. And where I'm really feeling this stretch is right here behind the shoulder. So just relax, enjoy that nice little pull. Okay, release, shake it out, and let's cross over the other way. Feeling it on the other side. You know, everybody wants to work out and sweat, which I do. I'm not gonna say that it's not me too, but really finding time to stretch almost daily, especially as we keep getting older and older, is really important. Let's shrug the shoulders up by the ears. We know we're good at that. And then draw them down. Try to make them broad as opposed to squeezing back your shoulder blades. Just stay nice and long through the center of the body and try to pull your shoulders wide. Now take the shoulders up again and pull them down and open them, open wide. Okay, while you hold this pull out to the side with both shoulders, you're going to take your gaze, look to the right. Come back neutral, drop your chin. So if you're stiff back there, you're feeling it right down between both shoulder blades. Come back up, take your gaze to the left. Nice job, come back center, take your gaze up. And again, this is just, you know, it's not overextending or working the biggest possible range that you can. It's just trying to limber up a little bit the neck. Okay, we're going to take our chin down towards that right shoulder and look at it. You're still trying to pull those shoulders apart. Come back up, look at your left. Come back neutral, take the right ear towards the right shoulder. Feeling a nice little pull here. Ah, so good. Still suffering a little bit from that little car accident I had. So these feel great. Okay, other side. This is definitely a great investment of your time. I promise you will feel great after. Ready for tomorrow's workout. Okay, we're coming down. We're going to get off our knees, coming down on our back. Make sure you've got your handy dandy towel. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Okay, we're going to start out by pulling our knees into the body. So however you want to get there, relaxing your head all the way down on the earth. Bring both knees in and then release. We're going to do this 6 times. Pull in and release. You're just keeping your head nice and relaxed as you draw the knees in and out. Now again, to protect your lower back, you always want to suck in the belly. So hopefully by now your lower back feels pretty limber. So we're going to start with a figure 4 stretch. So put your left foot down on the floor with your leg bent. Take your right foot, cross it, flex it, and put it on your left thigh. And you're going to bring the left knee in towards you. I like to hold on to my hamstring as opposed to the top of my knee. So I'd like you to try to keep this right foot flexed. As you move your right knee forward towards the front of your room, you draw the left knee into you. So we're feeling this mostly on the outer hip and leg.
but maybe a little bit on the inner thigh. Now, as you exhale out your breath, see if you can draw that left knee in a little closer. Again, maybe pull it in a little closer for 2 more breaths. Okay, now let's release that left leg to the floor and the right foot. Now you're going to take your left foot, flex it onto that right side. Same thing, other side. So you'll notice when you start this, you might feel a little tighter than when you finish it, hopefully. We are also going to do a pigeon stretch, but I like doing this one first in a stretch class because then getting into pigeon is a lot easier. Hopefully giving us a little bit more out of it. So again, on your exhalation, see if you can drive that right knee in a little closer. It's not about forcing it though. And you want to try to move the left knee towards the front of the room. I know it's harder said than done, but that's the activation that you're looking to do. A lot of people just try to pull the right knee in and they're not really working that left side. See if you can draw it in a little closer, 2 more breaths. Okay, let's release right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Bring both knees into the chest. Now you're going to bring your forehead up to meet your knees. You're tucking into a tiny little ball and then release slowly back down. Move your knees out till your toes hit the floor and then tuck back in. And release it. Toes come down to the floor. Pull in again, last time. Okay, relax the head, relax the feet to the floor. Your feet are hip width apart and your legs are bent. Chest is proud, tuck your shoulder blades under, your arms are by your side. Turn your head to the right and then turn it to the left. Do that a few more times. And then just let it fall where it wants to in the middle. We're going to take our knees, roll them right, and then roll them left. So limbering up, loosening up, starting to get a little bit more into our lower back and hips, upper gluteals. Just go side to side with the legs. And you're not forcing them to the floor. Your shoulders are staying nice and square. Both are evenly weighted into the earth. Let's do this a few more times. Okay, meet in the middle. Drive your knees back into the chest. So you've got one hand on each knee. You're going to, and your knees are just over your hips. So move them out over your hips, open them up wide, draw them in towards the body, and then connect them, close them. Push them out, open, draw in. So you're making like a half circle. Keep going. And try to be mindful not to be pressing into your kneecaps. You're just guiding the knees. So getting a nice release in the inner thighs. Once again for your lower back. Okay, now we'll reverse it. We'll pull the knees in, open them out wide, and then move them away from us, and then connect them. For those of us that sit a lot, this is really a great way to limber up. We get really tight. Sometimes we don't realize how tight or stiff we are. 2 more times. Okay. Put the feet down. You're going to look up, grab the towel. You're still lying down. Grab your little towel, both your hands. So I'm going to take my right foot, put the towel around the arch of that foot. I'm going to hold on to the towel now just with my right hand. So I have my left leg bent to start. So keep it bent. Now I'm going to press my toes down towards my face, and my leg is straight if possible. So right now I'm feeling a great release through the upper calf and all the little tendons that run behind your knee. So just relax, try not to stress out that right shoulder while you create this stretch with the right hand. Okay, now bend the leg and let's come back and do that again. See if it feels a little looser. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. It's like a brand new leg. Okay, keep the foot flexed, but let's take that right hand and pull the leg towards the back of your room. So now you're taking the stretch into the hamstring muscle. Now take your heel, once you've done that, and press it up towards the ceiling. Little PMF stretch here. Creating that resistance, trying to unlock all that tightness behind the leg. Okay, now bend the leg, release. And let's do it again. Heel to the ceiling, leg to the back of the room. Push up towards the ceiling with your heel. And release. Keep hold of that towel with your right hand, but pull that right knee into the body just for a second. Okay, straighten the leg back up, heel to the ceiling. Now we're going to take that leg, open it out to the side. It's not going to go very far because I would like you to keep your left hip and lower back firmly on the floor. So to help counter the balance, you can take your left arm, open it out to the side. It might give you a little bit more range. And once you've got that, see if you can pull that leg maybe an inch towards the back of the room. Now take the heel and push it out to the side of your room. Let's just hang out here for a few breaths. Hopefully you're singing along to some fabulous music. Okay, bring the leg back up. We're going to hold on to the towel now with our left arm, and I'm going to open my right arm out to the side. I'm going to cross this right leg over towards the left, not that far. And now I'm going to take my left leg and straighten it all the way down along the floor. So think about pressing your left calf into the earth and just hold this lovely stretch. I'm feeling this on the outside of that right leg, even into the calf muscle. It feels so good. And if you have room here, you're going to take that right foot and move it towards the back of the room, maybe an inch. Press your heel away, up towards the sky. Push, push, push. Breathe 2 more times. And then release the towel, release the leg, bend both your legs. And let's just shake them out. Okay, left towel around the left ball of the foot, holding on this time with your left hand. Now let's just let the toes press down towards your face and get the legs straight. Just relax and breathe. Now I'd like you to activate. So heel to the sky, push away, push up. If you can, move that left leg towards the back of the room. Keep the push and release it. Bend the leg. Keep holding the towel. Straighten the leg again. Toes press down. Heel presses up. Move the leg back. And release it by bending at the knee. Straighten it. Now we're going to take that leg slowly out to the left and take your right arm and reach it out to the side to help you keep both of the hips on the floor. Once you've opened it as far as you can, press away with the heel, move it backwards. Keep that activation, keep that push while you breathe. Release it by bending at the knee. Straighten the leg. Maybe you take that leg, move it back more as you press the heel away. See if you can get a little bit more range. Use your breath to help you get there. So the breath helps us not fight the stretch. It kind of lets you give in to it. Okay, bring the leg back. So you're going to change hands with the towel. Left arm opens to the side, right leg extends down across the floor, and slowly begin to cross the leg towards the right side. I like to move slowly here so you can, register where you're feeling tight, what you're feeling, and then what you feel when you're done the stretch. Heel pushes away. Maybe you can move the foot back a little bit. Maybe not, and that's fine. Just enjoy, breathe. Okay, bend at the knee, release it, straighten the leg, push the heel away, move the leg back. Okay, bring the leg back up, release the towel, both knees into the chest, forehead up to meet your knees. Relax your head back down. You're going to take your legs all the way down along the floor. We're going to point the toes. Legs are straight. Arms up, palms face each other. Make sure your shoulder blades are tucked under. Now you're just going to sink your rib cage for me. Press it down towards the floor as you slowly, in slow motion, start moving the arms back without letting the rib cage pop up. Strong midsection. See if you can get the thumbs to relax to the floor. Once they're there, keep pulling your rib cage in towards the earth. Now, slow motion, arms are going to come back up. Take them all the way down to the floor till your pinkies are on the floor. You've spread your fingers nice and wide. Once the pinkies land, start moving them back up. Rib cage is still pulling in. Once we get our thumbs to the floor, I'm going to let you have that rib cage just pop up. Pop it up, hold those thumbs down. Big stretch for the six-pack muscle. Breathe into it 2 more times. Really puff out your ribs. Okay, arms come back. Relax the arms. Bring one knee at a time into the body. Now we're going to make a little circle with our knees this time. You can go counterclockwise or clockwise because we're going to switch. This is just kind of like a cheap man's massage or cheap woman's massage. Okay, go the other way. And you're not moving fast, right? You want to be nice and gentle. It should feel good. Okay, let's put our feet on the floor. Legs are bent. You're going to cross your right knee over the left. You're going to bring the knees in just so they're over your hips. Then the knees are going to go down towards the right side of your body. You're going to take that left foot, put it on the floor, but don't let the knees touch the floor. Just let them go. Use the top leg to help you get them towards the floor. And then your left arm pops up and it goes out at a 45-degree angle from your body. This is another fabulous side body stretch we do in yoga all the time. I personally can never do this one enough. It's part of my daily routine. I like it because it gets my chest, my bicep, and my whole side body, including the QL. I had bunion surgery on both my feet, so my walking somewhat changed, which sometimes affects certain muscles. So it's so important to listen to your body, and where it's tight, work it every day to heal and to get better. You can do this with your partner, or you can grab a friend and do it with someone. It makes it a lot more fun. Also, you can help each other commit to the practice. You can do this in the morning. You can do it at night, anytime. Okay, we're going to release the arm first. We're going to uncross so the right leg relaxes. Left leg comes up. Join it with the right. Let's come back to that nice little massage with our knees, making a circle. Let's change directions. Okay, put your feet down. Legs are bent. Now your left knee is going to cross over the right. Bring the knees in so they're right over the hips. Start taking them down to the left side. Your right foot's going to land, toes on the floor to help you balance. Try not to let the knees get down. And then reach the right arm out. Oh my goodness, do I feel my chest? How awesome is that? So the right arm isn't floating. It's actually reaching away. So all those muscles are active. And you use that left leg to pull the right one towards the earth to get all those muscles on the top of the hip and side body active. Pulling, you should feel a huge pull all the way down from the shoulder to the knee. Actually feeling this right into my bicep also. As soon as I really reach that arm out, straight, long, you get that whole thing going on. Also like this too, because you're getting upper and lower body at the same time. So if you're in a time constraint with finding enough time to get the whole body stretched out, this is a great one to keep in your bag. Okay, pull that arm in, uncross the knees. Your right knee is going to come up first. Bring it into the body, follow it with the left, back to our little circle. We're going to change directions. Okay, we're gonna roll ourselves up. Hello. Come up onto your toes. Ah, I feel so good. Okay, we're gonna hang out nice and high on the toes just for a sec. Of course, I love doing this because, as I mentioned previously, had that bunion surgery, and this was a great way to bring back the flexibility into the feet. Helps us walk better. So much of alignment, it all starts with your feet. So if they're messed up, something else is going to get messed up. So you got to give lots of love to your feet, lots of massage. You take a lacrosse ball, you rub it over your feet, massage, go for a foot massage, pedicure. Okay, so we're going to get into a high plank and we're going right into pigeon. I'm going to start by pulling my right foot behind my left hand and slowly lower the hips. Inch that left knee backwards. Come on down. Find a nice little happy place. Put on your favorite song and chill out. Breathe. Don't think about anything you're doing today. Think about your breath and the song you're listening to. Okay, back up on the forearms, back onto your hands. You're going to take that right leg back, switch it up. Meet me in your happy spot. And relax and breathe. Okay, back up onto the forearms, then your hands. Step that foot back, you're in your plank. Now both knees are going to come down onto the floor, so you're on all fours. We're going to stretch out our forearms by taking our hands, the back of the hand, top of the hand on the floor. And now just drift those hips back. Big release through the forearms. Also for your wrists. So your fingers are facing backwards. You've got your hips over your heels, but you're not sitting on the heels. Just relax here for a few more breaths. Then we're going to reverse this. Of course, this feels fabulous for me because I went golfing on the weekend. So these muscles are a little tight. If you're playing tennis, you probably are enjoying this stretch as well, or golf. Or typing. Okay, reverse it. Palms to the floor. Sit back. Now you're feeling it on the inside of the arm. How good is that? See, this is all the kind of love that we need to be doing on a regular basis. I do this on a regular basis. I don't know if you do, but I sure hope you do. And if this is something that you want to add to the repertoire, let me know. You know, I welcome your feedback. I do it anyway, so. Okay, come up on your knees. We're just going to shake it out. We have another stretch. I want you to take your towel. We're going to stretch out our quads, which also gets shortened from sitting so much during the day. So I'm going to fold my towel up. My hair looks terrible. I'm going to put my hair up. Put the towel under your left knee to start, and your left knee is going to be a little bit behind the hip, right? Your toes are tucked under behind you so that you feel nice and stable. Take your right foot forward. So butt has to squeeze in the back. Remember, we talked about in yesterday's class, the opposing muscle. You have to activate it to protect and get this released. So let the hips come forward a little bit. So if I look down, I've got my hip in front of my knee in order to get that release. So this might be great, and you might want to stay here, or you can pick up the foot in the back and pull it in towards your butt. So I'm feeling a little bit more of a release down the leg, which I like. And sometimes, you know, if you have pain behind your kneecap, it's because this muscle above is tight. So it's always good to stretch it. You can also do this where you put your foot onto a railing. I mean, there are many ways. Use a chair. I like doing it this way. You can also, if you have trouble finding your foot back there, get a longer, like more of a bath towel, and then wrap the towel around the top of the foot, and then just grab onto the towel and hold it. So that might enable you to pull it in a little bit better. And you're not right on top of your kneecap, you're forward. You know, so that you're not, the kneecap is not pushing into the floor. You're actually right above the kneecap. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Let's switch legs. So make sure you're stepping this left foot forward. You got your butt squeezing in the back. The hips are slowly moving forward. Just hang out here for a little bit. So good. I hope you're enjoying this. We are almost done. We have 1 minute. Actually, I think we're 1 minute late, but it's worth it. I know when you walk up, when you walk away after this, you feel fabulous. You're ready to go dancing. Okay, grab that foot behind you any way you can get it. Pull it into the butt. Again, I've got above my knee cap on the floor. I think that makes better sense. And again, if you feel a little wobbly, you got to move this foot to the left, right? Oh, this feels so good. We did a lot of legs yesterday. So I'm getting a stretch right from the hip flexor down the front of the leg is where I hope you are all feeling it. Okay, 2 more breaths. So from here, release the foot. Come on up. We're going to meet in a forward fold. So we just release the hamstrings a little bit. Slide your hands down your leg. You can relax the head, look through your knees to the back of the room. The biggest forward fold you got, that's where you are right now. We're going to take 3 big, huge breaths. Okay, 1 hand at a time above your knees. Start leading with your head first. Butt goes back, weight into the heels. Come all the way up. Take a big deep breath. And that is it. You guys are done and ready to start your day. Thank you guys so much for doing this stretch class. Would love your feedback. Have a great day.